If you were to ask a group of watch enthusiasts, which do you prefer, Type A or Type B pilot watches, I think the majority of them would say Type B because there's just a little bit more going on the dial. It's certainly my favourite between the two, and I know pilot watches are supposed to be big and bold and legible, but I just find Type A pilot watches a little bit too sparse. I mean, I'm not a pilot. I don't really need my pilot watches to be massive and uber legible, so yeah, I do prefer Type B pilot watches, and I think Wise, an incredible micro brand from Thailand, recognises this, which is why they've added a Type B pilot watch range to their Flyboy range. And with it being Wise, you know these watches are going to be impeccably well finished. This is a premium micro brand. I don't think there's any other way to say it, really. They really do make incredible watches. They pretty much always use 904L steel these days. In fact, I can't remember the last time I saw a watch of theirs that wasn't 904L steel. They're always impeccably well finished. The presentation is incredible. Of course, you're going to pay a little bit of a premium for Wise watches. They're still incredible value for money when compared to high street brands, and you're just getting so much for your money. And I've just checked out with this latest Flyboy model, and I was offered a discount, so I was being offered this watch for $469 US. And when you look at the specifications, which I'm going to run through in a minute, I do think it represents great value for money. Now let me run through those specifications. As I've said already, 904L stainless steel, and it is beautifully finished. The transitions on Wise watches are always incredible. Miyota 9000 series movement, so it beats at 28,800 beats per hour. Sapphire crystal, internal AR coating, 100 meters of water resistance, screw down case back, screw down crown, amazing hands, fully brushed minute and hour hands, and yeah, I love the shape of the hands. The loom on their watches is always really good. I'll show you the loom degrading at the end of the video. The loom on this particular watch is applied onto the dial, so I don't expect it to be as good as some loom filled into applied indexes on other watches, but the loom is generally very good on their watches. A really nice strap on this, Crazy Horse leather strap. It's got a sort of suede feeling to that top surface. And the buckle on the strap, brushed, polished, signed. It's beautifully finished. The packaging as well, I've already mentioned it, the bundle, and I know we shouldn't really pay too much attention to the packaging that comes with watches, but when you're starting to pay this sort of money, it does matter. I really do think it does. Now they've made 5 colours available. I do think I've been sent the best one, actually. It's got a mix of colours on this dial, a sort of burgundy, browny grey colour in the centre of the dial, and a slightly 3-dimensional effect as well, because that internal ring or circle is lower than the larger burgundy outer ring. Everything is printed on the dial very nicely. I've shown you macro shots of the hands already. They are incredibly well finished. The polished surfaces on this watch look sensational. Yeah, their watches really are incredibly well finished. And with it being 904L stainless steel, it just looks a little bit brighter than it would if it was 316L stainless steel. Of course, there's pros and cons to 904L and 316. I'll let you do the homework. There are videos out there comparing those two types, but yeah, it is nice that they are offering something a little bit different when compared to micro brands in a similar sort of price point. Gorgeous case shape as well. I love the proportions, the style of watch. Yeah, they've definitely made a beautiful Flyboy pilot watch. I have already reviewed a watch from their Flyboy range. They were sort of celebrating their Thailand connections, I guess. The one that I reviewed before had Thai numerals on the dial. I didn't think that was going to appeal to a huge number of people within the Western markets, but this one absolutely will. Yep, there's very little to complain about. In fact, I'm struggling to think of anything negative to say about this one, to be honest. I like the way it looks, I like the way it feels, I like the way it's made. The price is actually very reasonable. When you look at the price of some of their other watches, you'll see that this is a premium micro brand. So to pick up one of their watches with this movement in it for under $500, yeah, that is good to see. Just gorgeous, isn't it? From every angle. I'm looking at it at the moment as I speak to you from the side. Yeah, this double domed crystal is amazing. The side profile of the case, a little bit reminiscent of the light catcher case from Christopher Ward, isn't it? But there are enough differences for it not to be considered any sort of homage. But yeah, it's just stunning, actually. Stunning. I think the only criticism I can level at this watch at this stage is, well, if you order one, you're going to have to wait a month for it, I'm afraid. But it's worth it. Absolutely worth it. I'll put a link to the Wise website in my video description. It's not an affiliate link. It's just going to take you to the landing page. And of course, I always love some feedback on my content. Let me know what you think of the review and the watch, of course. And yeah, as always, guys, thanks for watching.